If 500 milliliters of a 28% volume over volume solution of methyl salicylate are diluted to a 2-liter solution, what will be the percent strength volume over volume? So it's a percent strength question. Percent strength is equal to the number of grams over 100 milliliters. That's the definition of percent strength. Whatever this number is, that's percent strength. I understand this is volume over volume, so this top should be milliliters over milliliters, but it gets kind of confusing. So that's why I just keep grams over milliliters. But in reality, this would be milliliters over 100 milliliters. But I find it confusing because it's the same units on the numerator and denominator. So I'm just going to pretend that this is grams up here, because this represents grams of drug actually. And the bottom is milliliters of the solution. So on to the question. So we're doing a dilution. So first, I'm going to show graphically what we're doing. So we have like a beaker here with 500 milliliters. And the concentration of this is 28%, the percent strength. And now we're going to add more liquid to it. So fill it to the top, more liquid. So this is going to be 2 liters total, which is the same thing as 2,000 milliliters. And they want to know what the percent strength is in this new beaker here, because we're adding a lot more liquid, whatever they're using for dilution. So the first thing I'm going to do is calculate the amount of drug in this one, in the initial beaker here. This 500 milliliters, 28%. Calculate the amount of drug. So I got 500 milliliters. And then multiply that by 28%, the percent strength. So 28 grams over 100 milliliters. So remember this 28% here? It's the same thing as saying 28 grams over 100 milliliters, or 100 milliliters over 28 grams. So these two mean the same thing. The reason why I know to use this one is because I want the milliliters here to cancel out with the milliliters here. So that's why I'm not using this one. So that equals 140 grams. So there's 140 grams of drug in here. So that's why I'm using these dots. These dots here represent the drug. So next, I'm gonna use a proportion to find this percent strength. So if you see this number sign, that represents the amount of drug in 100 milliliters. So now I'm going to do my proportion, 140 grams of drug over our new solution amount, which is 2,000 milliliters. Right? Because these two beakers have the same amount of drug, these dots here. But see, these amount of dots are like more dispersed because it's less concentrated. But there's the same number of drug in this one as this one. Exact same number of drug, just the volume is different. That's why I could put 140 grams of drug, which was in here, and it's also in here. But now I'm going to put over 2,000 milliliters because it's in a higher amount of volume than before. That's why I put this proportion like this. And now I'm going to force it equal to whatever this percent strength is going to be. So that's why I denote it by number sign, the amount of drug in 100 milliliters total volume, because I'm forcing it to this formula, this percent strength formula, so I know what this number is. So you can cross multiply to figure this out. 140, cross multiply it with 100, equals to this number sign, this variable x or whatever you want to call it, cross multiply it by 2000. And then simplify this to 14,000. And then divide both sides by 2000. So the number should be 7. So your answer is in the computer is 7. If you don't want to cross multiply, you can just easily just figure out like, oh, what 2000 divided by 100, that equals 20. So then you do the same thing with the numerator. 140 divided by 20 is equal to 7. Because you want to find whatever this number is here. That's a percent strength. Because this would be also 7 grams a drug in 100 milliliters. That's why the answer is 7. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments.